decline. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here live on PTM Racing TV here down in Daytona International Speedway here in Daytona Beach, Florida, as we're about to showcase to you the Rallycross edition of Citadel Rallycross racing action here on the show. Hi everyone, I am Crusader Christian Try to join you guys here today. Qualifying currently under set here as we get ready for heat number 1 action here in just a little bit. Final laps being thrown down onto the drivers here as the field paces their way around. And no surprise here out of the gate, our number 1 qualifier in a bit of a different car here this week. Luis Nunez in the 14 taking full control of the track. Francois Martel, though, the man from Canada, looking to try to take him to another ride or two as he qualifies second of the bunch so far here today. The rest of the field currently have laid down their qualifying times, awaiting the command and structure here with about a minute and a half left to go, though. Marcos Palacio getting the third fast out of the bunch will start in the Argentinian 83. And then the German represented here with 99, Alexander Ebedy, going to bring it home there in the 5th spot. One of our 3 Americans today, Russell Peterson and I getting a top 5. 6th then going to one of the French drivers in Sebastian Kinder. English driver getting a number 41 into a 7th place spot here. And then Armand Bruzo out of the American side here in the 911 will be able to recover in the 8th slot. He'll have his work cut out for him though in this race. Remember, this is setting up for the heats as well. We saw last time out Luis Nunez just have a shocking upset, getting thrown out of the race and out of the track, having all sorts of problems. And you know, we're now kind of questioning to ourselves, is this going to be kind of the same situation, the same deal as he won last season championship? This could be a very tall order for them, and they know it too. Take a look at your onboard camera here. Francois, by the way, the only driver running around the track. That's why we've got our eye on him at the moment. But he'll take us for this onboard camera here. Take a look at Daytona International Speedway's little road race track out as the road across the end of the circuit. Tight cornering, tight angles, tight spots to hit from in a lot of very unique areas. Of course, you see the Joker there on the right side of your screen, the inside panel there. That will give everyone a bit of a chance to kind of sneak up and get their lap back as we get set for the action here. Looks like it's just going to be 1 heat today, so let's not waste any time. We already got our drivers lined up. We talked about a minute ago. Nunez is the number 1 seed. Francois Martel going to get into that 2nd place spot. Then 3rd is Marcos Palacio. Alexander Ebedy getting the 4th. 5th being Russell Peterson. Sebastian Kinder getting in the 6th. And 7th being Nicholas Schreiber. And Armand Bruzo will be the next man on the roster. Alright, race fans. Time has come. And we're ready here on PTM Racing TV. Our first heat is going underway here, getting ready to set down on the track. Looks like it'll be only 1 heat. And then we'll have the little last chance qualifier here. Savannah Shriver saying go 41 on the track here. Savannah, good to have you on board today. As we get ready for the action up ahead right now, we're ready to field them into position. Ready for the green flag to jump on out.
Green flag.
And we're off. And I just got word from the producers, they have a little mic issue down there. They'll get to that in a minute and fix that up. And you may hear some drivers down there for a second. Sorry about that. We didn't realize that the mics were still on our end. But I guess you could hear kind of what the guys were thinking as they wished them luck to get ready for this race out of the gate. And problems already down there as Russell Peterson gets sent back into the shadow realm a little bit. The number 9 had to fall back in line. Luis Nunez taking the early advantage. The Subarus and the Fords are now on a hot trail. Francois Martel in the 012 right now trying to maneuver around as Marcos Palacio looks to hunt him back in. Palacio right into the mix with Alexander Ebedy right behind him. Sebastian Kinder in the 97 right now having a little bit of payback around from Armand Bruzo as those two collided with one another entering into the big sharp right angle turns. Kind of swinging them through the for that front straightaway of Daytona Beach's International Speedway track as he gets some huge air off the jumps. Of course, we saw a lot of that going from the Legend Series last night as well, or last Sunday as well. We'll see that coming from those boys here soon enough again. Field currently moving the way into position right now, but there's trouble. Luis Nunez off pace, off the center here. What has happened to Nunez? It looks like he might have got a speeding penalty down there. Unfortunately, we're going to take a look at the PTM replay while we fix our audio up a little bit too. Take a look at this. 5-second penalty right there. There's the corner. Cuts the corner. You can't cut a corner in rallycross racing. He cuts that corner, and now he had to serve the penalty. Nunez making a big mistake, and maybe another corner may have been crossed there. Entering out that turn. We'll see if he has to deal with it. No, he doesn't. Francois Martel on the 0-12 moves in the race lead. He's got a solid charge and a half over Marcos Palacio. Luis Nunez trying to regain his composure and regain the speed. Reigning season champion and a pure unalterated horsepower driver in the real world in Luis Nunez. Coming at it full on, control full on as hard as can be. And look at this now, taking the Joker lap, gets around Mr. Marcos Palacio, but Martel has not used his Joker. He can use it on the last lap if he so desires. Nico Shriver cuts that corner. That is definitely a 5-second penalty there on the number 41. He'll have to slow off and get off the pace. Goes to the outside corner, trying to get out of the way for Russell Peterson as he serves his penalty. It's about a 5/10 of a second penalty there. He knows he has to serve it. He has served it well, and now trying to get back in this. As we lead in here with only 2 now with 1 lap to go, Francois Martel. And the 0-12 has got this race win all wrapped up. If he can just hang on, he just has to take the Joker. Avoid doing any penalties here. Through the corners, rips it up, takes the turtle a little bit with him. Takes a nice little charge off from that. Alexander Ebony here, the driver on side. I'm kind of surprised, had a little bit of a tough little showing here. And that 99, he's the only Ford driver out of the bunch today compared to all the Subarus. But I would have thought with that smaller size that maybe Nunez would have actually gone with it. But it seems as though sheer speed and power from the Subarus is what they're after and what they come to claim as checkers are out. Francois Martel will win the heat and will be one of our remaining Canadian drivers to ever win here on PTM Racing TV. Well done there by the number 12. 0-12 for Luis Nunez and the 14 gonna have to live with that mistake he did in heats and have to go in to the big race here coming up in just a little bit. Final drivers now leading their way around. Nicholas Schreiber's gonna hold off at least for a 6th place spot. One of the only guys to go 1 spot up. Sebastian Kinder getting a spot down, will fall in 7th, but has room to improve. Plenty of time to go out of here right now. We're getting ready for our last chance qualifier here in just a minute. Heat 1 results on your screen. And a surprise here. Luis Nunez getting himself into trouble. Gives Francois the win. Marcos Palacio getting in 3rd. That rounds out top 3 in this one. Here's your field of drivers in this field right here. Palacio, Ebony, Shriver, Peterson, Kinder, and Brusso will be in this one. Off the start, looking for the last chance qualifier, regain in position, regain of composure. We have now gridded them up into their order in their lineups. We approach the lights, turn them on, enter into the 5 laps, and light them down. Green flag is out. And that shorter wheelbase of the 99 of Alexander Ebony getting a great jump out of the start. The Fishsport machine guns into the early lead. Marcos Palacio and Nick Shriver right now trying to hunt them back down here through the field in the corners. Off the jumps, riding them down. Ebony with a big bobble off the corner has got to reset her. 3 wide entering in that turn. And look at Nick Shriver swinging right into the middle. From the bottom lane, Nick Shriver steals the lead. Now has to try to hold on. The inexperience there of some of these other boys that are used to driving more to that 3 wide slow. Normally not used to it. Shriver very much used to it, but he serves a penalty for his troubles. Got a 5/10 of a second penalty there, unfortunately, for cutting a corner. That's going to cost him dearly. He knew that was a huge move he made, and that penalty just completely destroyed his momentum. He went literally dead in for the run and dead in for the kill, and instead he ends up getting himself into more trouble than it may have been worth. Take a look at the replay. Watch this. He's used to doing 3 wides from the big ovals, even this track itself. But right here was the mistake he made. He cuts this corner right here. Watch him kind of get a little too low right into there. Jumps off in that corner, gets in too much in the turn, and it may have been a little help from Palacio that got him in that bump. And here's where Stryver really just said, all right, I have to slow down. I got to try to lose some speed. He was hoping to try to lose that speed and regain it back, but that did not seem to be the case here. Moves back into 5th spot though right now. Currently gets around Armando Abruzzo. 3 laps left to go. Swinging it down now. Here we go. Battle for the race lead. Palacio and Ebony going to go back at it. These 2 drivers know each other well, both representing for the Fish Sport camp. And the Fish Sport 99 of Alexander getting around Palacio in the 83 as the other Fish Sport driver tries to hang in there. That damage on that rear end though, that 83 could be a big significant damage point. And a big corner off there. Really horrible Joker lap. I don't mean to be rude, but Palacio took that corner way too wide. Not a good corner whatsoever, and gives Ebony plenty of room here. Although Ebony tied off that jump. Did he get a penalty? The stewards are not saying no. I do not believe he did. He came very close though. You saw that whole front wheels almost lined up on there. Savannah telling Nick to push it, yeah, higher than 6. Well, he was in the lead, but he kind of got himself penalized there, unfortunately. I think he'll be all right. He just needs to keep pushing the speeds up. Palacio driving it very wide off that corner there. Right back to the white flag we go. And it's Ebony with the race lead. Now to the jump. Get some big time air off that jump there. Good landing. Now just needs to swerve the corners. Get a nice little round into the turn. Russell Peterson making a great comeback here in the number 9 as he looks to try to get up there to Palacio and Ebony. Using the corners and using the asphalt as a little bit more speed and extra advantage, then trying to swing it into that tight 90-degree end turn. Look for all he could get. But Ebony, without using this Joker, now gets to use it. And unfortunately for Palacio, his Joker lap going to be nowhere near the speed Ebony brings to the table. Ebony will win this one. Palacio will have to settle for 2nd. Peterson going 3rd. 4th to Sebastian Kinder. Armand Baruzzo going get 5th. And Nick Stryver, I guess he's had enough of this race. I think he was already kind of mad about that one. Can't say that I blame him. That's a tough break there for Nick Stryver, man. He came flying through the speed, came flying through the corners. Made a great move there. I honestly thought that would have been what he needed to do to win that one out. But unfortunately, as we've said here, the racing gods can be a cruel mistress sometimes. And that little penalty they knew was going to be a big deal. Ends up catching them there. Anyway, here is your finishing results. Alexander Ebony holds off Marcos Palacio. And Russell Pearson getting 3rd out of the bunch for his troubles. The rest of the field will have their hands full coming in to the A main event. We are now set for warm-ups. Warm-up session is now in game here as we've got about 4 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. That gives me a time to actually talk to you guys today about our little track tech talk here for the Citadel Rallycross. Daytona International Speedway, for those that don't know or have been living under a rock, probably the most famed track in all of NASCAR and also one of the most famous tracks in all the world, because this track is really the pinnacle, the peak of what is wholly desired and truly a special of a place, holding the 24 hours of Daytona, the Daytona 500, and of course even the spectacle of the Rallycross racing track zone here as well. This place can do it all, it caters to all, and with this kind of track layout and configuration, it really kind of really brings in the mindset of really what we see when it comes to even on the Daytona 500, which is sheer speeds and sheer power, while also trying to find ways to outmaneuver and outclass certain areas and certain places on the track. And this place right here, you can see just some of these tight little corners. They can trick some of these guys up if they're not careful. A lot of high risk, high move ends, and then of course some dive bomb opportunities and some really tight end spots here to get used to. There is nowhere to hide, and there's nowhere to run if you get trapped in one of those tight end, in one of those very unique corners and slips here. The field right now currently preparing for everything here. Right now fastest is Francois Martel in 0-12. Luis Nunez though is not laying down a lap. Russell Pearson though surprisingly getting his second fastest here. Russell's next driver getting third off the time deltas here. Now again, as I just said that, Nunez of course had to go out there and lay down a lap for us. I think he was trying to remind the boys down there, we're not playing this game. Oh, speaking of playing this game, I think Palacio may want to find another way to run that jump there. Almost set that thing to the shadow realm, how sideways that thing was. Russell Peterson, the 9 as well, looking to try to stampede his way back into this race. He had a hard little dealing there in the Heat 1, but in the last chance qualifier, had a great showing there in the 9. Looked like maybe he could have something coming up for this one. He has won here before. And I have a feeling he probably would want to do a little bit more as I don't even know what the heck to say about what it's powered by on that 9. I mean, I'll give him credit where credit's due. It's funny, but I question like what the heck he's trying to power this thing with. Francois Martel, probably the surprise of the favorites drivers here that we saw in heat number 1. Put on a show down there in that 0-12, and he actually outclassed and out-defeated Nunez by simply just avoiding time penalties and running his line, running his race. Gained a lot of points there just from doing that, and Nunez needs all the points he can get. As you can just see how tricky it is to kind of maneuver around this track and how tricky it is to kind of keep these high track in a good position. You'll see a lot of that here where you just see that wheel just completely twist, turn, and spin its wheel. It's a whole different kind of workout, a whole different kind of racing area when you're running these kind of circuits. These dirt road courses are a different beast and a different animal, and these rallycross racing actions is no different. I've only been able to get about 2 or 3 wins on the officials end with these kind of races, and that's all with the Pro 2 lights at the same track, ironically, the Phoenix International Raceway. I don't know why it's that track or how I keep getting on that track, but I mean, I guess it's just a little bit of luck and a little bit of my draw, I guess, on that place. But now this track, I've raced a little bit earlier, and I actually hopped in to a Subaru, and I can tell you, yeah, the speeds, they're higher. They're a lot stronger, and just, you know, trying to mash the gas pedal, trying to also watch out for certain ends of the track and watch out for certain corners. It can be a bit of a handful. It's a little testy down there. It's very crazy. Last of the last warm-ups have now been completed here, race fans. Nunez may be the fastest, but he knows that don't mean nothing if he gets himself into trouble. Will he find himself in trouble again? We'll find out here in just a minute. Here is the grading order for your final race of the day. The A main event coming up. Francois Martel will be the #1 seed. Luis Nunez is going to be in the 2nd seed. Alexander Ribby going to be a 3rd, 4th. Marcos Palacio. And then you'll see Russell Peterson, Sebastian Kinder as your 5 and 6 seeds. Armand DeBroso and Nico Schreiber. Shotguns on the field. We're ready for this one if you're ready, fans. Our field now is in position in the moment, ready to launch these bad boys into the start. The green flag is out. We are underway. Nunez, great start out of the gate, but gets a little bit of a creep up there from Ebony, and now Martel right on the right side, trying to sneak into the lane. Nunez escapes. Gets a great jump off Martel. Horrible landing off the exit of the jump. Got himself into the grassy plains. Everybody moving in position. Alexander Ebony taking over 2nd. Russell Peterson moves into the 3rd spot. Marcos Palacio continues to hold to his 4th line here. Nunez is already building a lead. Ebony knows he's going to have to use that Joker lap sooner rather than later, especially with Nunes. That's the only way he's going to be able to knock him down and put the pressure on him to have to try to make that pass. And exactly that's what he's going to do right here. Here comes the Ebony. Beautiful corner off the Joker. Steals Nunes. And wait a minute. Nunes again gets another penalty. What on earth did the 14 do this time? Nunes throws another penalty at himself here and gets himself into another troublesome spot here. What has happened? Well, we'll take a look at the replay. I didn't even know he got a penalty, to be honest with you. Well, whatever it was, something was there. He got a nudge in the back. I don't know where the penalty came from or where it started from. But oh my, watch out, hold on a minute, hold on before we get back to the live feed. Watch this here. Martel and Palacio have a little duel as Nunes sneaks his way back in. Maybe a little payback to both guys. They're going to try to get at Peterson here. And Ebony now even mixing it up a little bit on the track. We got to get the live feed on these guys. We can't get to the replay anymore. Ebony has literally lost his lead. He's moved into third. Now Nunes to the right side. Swings it right around Peterson. Peterson trying to hold on. He had the lead for a little bit. And Nunes again gets sent to the shadow realm into the corners. The reigning champion getting sent back into the back once more. Ebony aggressively and decisively fighting off Martel. Martel trying to hold him back. This is the aggression Rallycross Racing brings to the table. And Peterson, a bobble off the jump. A bobble off the jump, causing him more trouble than maybe he's realizing. Martel throwing one back at Ebony. My goodness, race fans, this is an absolute banger of a race, I tell you. These three drivers are throwing a whole hum at one another. Martel literally was sideways entering in that turn thanks to Ebony just smashing the right rear corner panel. Now trying to get to Peterson. Peterson, remember, has not used his Joker. He has a Joker in store if he has to use it. Look at Ebony, a beautifully tight cornered end off. Peterson gets him back to side skirt into a bumper. Off the jump, Martel now getting ahead of Ebony. Ebony getting way too out of control for his own good. Nick Shriver and the number 41 making a resurgence. Trying to make a comeback for anything he's got left. Looking to try to get up to these boys as they battle it hard down in the corners. More battling back and forth up for the race lead. Peterson and Martel back and forth, side by side, smashed in the corner panels and getting these doors pushed in and made around. We might have some mangled sheetware metal fenders here when this one's over. Are we sure this isn't the Daytona 500 on a Rallycross race? My word. Nick Shriver using his Joker, gets around Ebony. Ebony wants to fall back. He knows he's used his Joker. He can't use it. Marcos Palacio trying to hold on. Looking to try to keep up with Peterson as he gives him the bumper there once more. Sticking the nose right in it, getting right back out of the position, trying to hold on. Savannah loves what she sees with Nick. She says 5th place, keep going. Let's get it, yes. Uh-oh, but he's going to get more than his money's worth. Ebony gets into it with him, and look at Nunes. How on earth is Nunes still even in this race? Nunes literally sending it straight ahead at a couple of these drivers trying to hang on. He flat out wasn't having it no more. That much is for certain. We'll try to take a look at the replay real quick while we got a chance. He went full haywire on this one. This is some ho-hum movement here, right here. Watch this. Shriver and Ebony just getting right back at it. Shriver, beautiful corner there. Look at that. But Ebony blocks him, and Nunes was just like, don't mind if I do. Snuck right into the gap, found the whole shot, and took away the position. Both drivers cost themselves precious time and maybe precious points considering what they know Nunes will do. And Palacio using the Joker, finally getting one back at it. And Martel literally loses it into the turn. Off the straight finish line, Martel slamming the ball. Cost himself nearly, has wrecked the car out. Oh my goodness, what is even this race? What is even this race? This is just crazy talk. Nunes is literally getting back at it. He's got second now around Peterson. Palacio has used his joker. Nunes, by the way, never used his joker. Palacio knows he is in a bit of trouble. He's just taking these corners very hard and very wide. He's not getting much speed off of him. Has got to be careful, especially with Nunes literally right behind him. Nunes really doesn't even need to get aggressive here at Palacio, but I think he just wants to payback at everybody further. Palacio now knows he could be in the binder, could be in a bit of trouble here. Nick Shriver and Martel as well as Kinder in a troublesome spot here. Trouble down there for the three drivers, unfortunately, as Palacio tries to hold on. We're coming down with 2 laps to go. No time for the instant replay there. Producers get to the white flag, not white time by. Nunes uses the joker, and the 14 now takes the race lead away. They wanted to try to show what happened there to Nick Shriver and them, but right now we've got a heated battle final concluding for Palacio and Nunes. Palacio maybe setting up Nunes for the corner. Will he give him the 90-degree swing around? No, he won't. He'll keep it clean. Palacio trying to hang on. Nunes, though, smart thinking, hard racing, and driving beyond my belief. He has come back from the depths of the Shadow Realm to put the 14 into victory lane at Daytona RX. Nunes wins the race. Palacio can hold his helmet up high and say he got second. Peterson with a solid third, and Ebony and Martel rounding out 4th and 5th. As long as Martel can get it across the stripe, but my goodness, folks, what a race. What a race. There he is. Luis Nunes, the number 14 driver, will bring it to victory lane in what could best be described as pure, unalterated speed. And I think those donuts are extreme excitement knowing what he just did. This race is pure chaos. It's just a fine showing of what Citadel Rallycross can bring to the table and bring to the show in such a pure, fun form. What a performance. Alright, race fans, here we go. Feature results up on your screen. Nunes came back from 6th or 7th, wherever the heck he was at, to win this one. Palacio almost popping away with the win and going second, though. Russell Peterson, he had the chances, and unfortunately, the bumpers got used as the lone American gets to the podium here. 4th going to Alexander Ebony. 5th, Francois Martel. 6th to Armand Bruzo, excuse me. And then Nick Shriver getting 7th and 8th is Sebastian Kinder after some troublesome issues down there with both drivers getting collided in. But race fans, what a race, man. What a performance by these guys. And this was absolutely a blast to call. We certainly hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. That was crazy. All right. We will give them a chance here to see if they would like to join us here. If the top 3 are ready to come in, we will listen in with them. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and put up the overlays here. It looks like they will be heading our way here in a minute, so looks like we'll have a little chat with them here in a minute. Marcos Palacio in the 83. Really just diving this one around, giving it everything he had, but wasn't quite enough here. Wasn't quite what he was hoping for. And then Luis Nunes, what can you say about that cat, man? Then just coming away with a solid position and a solid finish here. Brought it home when he needed to most. All right, race fans, they have now concluded in. They're ready to chat with us here. Race fans, here's the number 9 here, Russell Peterson, coming away 3rd out of the bunch today. And Russell, this one pretty much looked like it could go either way. It could be yours, it could be Palacio's, but when you came down to the line, came down the wire, this number 9 managing to stay in the top 3, I gotta believe you gotta be happy with that today.
Absolutely. It was amazing, you know, like you said, Marcos is an amazing driver and there's some amazing drivers in this league. So I'm just honored to be on the podium today and share it with some of these guys.
For sure there. Now, I know, I mean, you really got to kind of look at it from multiple angles, kind of multiple ends here, and this is kind of the definition of what pure rallycross racing at its purest and chaotic can be. And you know, for you and this crew, I have a feeling that at least this third place finish is going to be a big help and saving point for the future down the road.
Yeah, yeah. As a privateer team, we're very excited to be able to get this third place. But like you said, man, it's rallycross. Anything could happen. I was in first place at one point, and I could have easily dropped into the back with a flip of a switch. So, got to be real careful for the rest of the season, but take advantage of the points while I can.
Absolutely here. Well, nevertheless, though, as you come away today with a third place finish, I mean, who do you want to thank you for this one?
First and foremost, I want to thank sponsors with Stance Wears Weed, as well as Rising Phoenix Tattoo. I want to thank the booth, you guys, PTM Racing, for helping host this, as well as CRX for running things around. And again, want to thank all of the racers for today and all the fans.
Absolutely. Well, Russell, what a proficient and what a performance by everybody today. Congratulations again.
Thanks.
Russell Pearson, ladies and gentlemen, the number 9, coming away here, third out of the bunch. Well, we'll listen in with Palacio in a little bit, but right now, your race winner, the number 14, Luis Nunes, will bring it home for Spain once again. And Nunes, I'm going to ask you this real quick. Do you have some turbos in there or some kind of Fast and Furious car in there that I'm not aware of that it was somehow got past inspection? How the heck did you come back and win this one?
I don't know. This was so unreal because, yeah, when I crashed it, I said, okay, I'm done. And yeah, I saw they started fighting, and yeah, at the end I arrived and I passed it, the other cars really quick. And yeah, then I saw Franco's crash it, and I say, okay, this is mine.
Hit it.
But yeah, it was so unreal. It was so unreal. I saw everybody crashing, Nick with Alex, then Franco's. So yeah, it was so unreal.
Unreal, just crazy talk to say the least here. And yeah, they were fighting. They were starting to get a bit more aggressive, and they seem to have forgotten that you got some speed underneath your hood there, and you come away rocking this one out. I got a feeling this has got to be the biggest one for you and your career so far on the show.
Yeah, of course, it was a really good win, but yeah, at the beginning I had slow down, so wow, I dropped to fourth or fifth, and then when I took the lead again, is when I crashed it. And after the crash, I said, okay, now I have to push, and yeah, I could win at the end.
You did indeed, Nunes. This is by far one of the craziest racing moments we've seen in a while, and a performance unlike any other. But who do you want to thank for this one today, sir?
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Luis Nunes. And the number 14 coming away here, your winner today. Marcos Palacio was set to join us here. I don't believe we're going to get the interview with him. I think he probably saying that he just wants to kind of have some time to himself after that one. I don't blame him. It's okay. But nevertheless, race fans, that really is going to about wrap it up here on the show. What a performance and what a race by everybody today. Pure, unadulterated chaos and a great time to be had here on P3's TV. So there was still moments in there we could not fully catch. That's how chaotic this race was in its entirety. But that's all right. We'll catch you for another day. And race fans, the next time we join you will be tomorrow night. 2 races coming up. Moonshiners Rallycross, and of course, Pedal the Metal. You know where they're going. It's time for the dirt. And we will see what happens there. It's a daily dose of dirt racing on PTM Racing TV. Come on your way tomorrow night. For now, though, thank you so much for tuning in. We love you guys. See you next time.